What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Horror Tuesday with me, TheLonesomeRavidor. And I know all you guys and gals, I told you all I would start doing a couple of the odd independent, kind of random, like, little horror games, but I've accidentally found myself doing another series. Basically, I'm not too sure why, but I kind of felt like I wanted to all of a sudden. So, I mean, I was very keen to start a new one, and Penumbra's always been one that I've always been very keen to play, because I've never actually got the proper chance to actually, like, give it a real go, if that makes sense. Because, if you guys and gals don't know, I've actually played this game a little bit before. I mean, this is, like, the first time out of the games I've actually played any of them before. I played the first 10 minutes of this because when I bought my PC, like, back in the day, I want to make sure it ran fine, I want to make sure, like, it worked okay and stuff like that, so I made sure I played a few games to make sure it worked okay, and then Penumbra was one of them, so it wasn't a bad choice. So I mean, I haven't, like, played too much of it, don't worry. But it was in, like, the first 10 minutes, and I barely got anywhere besides seeing, like, the first beginning parts and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I know how to play the game, I know what to do and all that stuff, but not like how to play the entire game, only, like, the beginning parts, as I said before. But yeah, so I've been told, apparently, that I need to actually kind of, like, shush up on this Let's Play. I need to be a bit more, like, quiet and kind of, like, listen to what the character has to say, pay attention to the background, stuff like that, and basically avoid rambling like I normally do. So I do apologize if I do at all, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep quiet, I'm going to listen to all the storyline parts, I'm going to be, like, giving, like, innocent, like, slight banter and scare noises and stuff like that, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this anyway, and yeah, so anyway, without further ado, let's get this thing on the go. My story began in February year 2000, and fade out.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world-renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
And welcome back, folks. I didn't just have my microphone muted at all. I do apologise if you managed to see that at all. How did I manage that? I managed to have my microphone muted for the entire time I'm just talking then. I do apologise. Basically, all I was saying was how I was going to take this game so seriously and stuff like that, and I'm going to kind of shush up. I didn't mean in the physical point I'm going to shush up that much. I'm actually going to, like, completely and utterly just, like, mute my mic the entire time, but apparently I was on that point. If I smash that open, diddle-doo. But yeah, so basically this is just a tutorial area, just sort of showing you how to, like, play the entire part. I do apologise for muting my mic back then. It's kind of actually absolutely kind of gutted about that. It wasn't anything too great, the talking anyway, but yeah, YOLO. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's get something on the go. I'll shush for a sec. The spooky voices. Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Although looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? Okay, okay, so as I'm going to sort of point out this time, I basically don't know anything about this game. As I said, I know up to a certain point, which is about 10 minutes in, so which I will tell you when I'm like, hey, I've got to this point before. And then I'll be like, this is as far as I got. But basically, I don't really know much about this game. It's like the one game which I'm going to be like, I actually might be fully, like, kind of scared of due to the fact that I have literally no idea what to expect. I've never seen any Let's Plays of it. I've never seen any, like, custom stories. I have no idea if you can do custom stories for the Penumbra series. I have no idea whatsoever. So I literally don't know what to expect. But aside from that, like, that's about it, because obviously that's probably the main reasons why I didn't really, like, massively find Amnesia or Outlast that scary, because the fact that I've seen all the stuff before. But okay, so all this is going to be brand new, and let's see what we can actually expect. Okay. So well, I mean, not all of this is brand new. I'll tell you at the point when I know not exactly what's going on, if that makes sense. So, don't worry, guys. Basically, this is just all, like, normal tutorial stuff. Like, me skipping through this part isn't that bad. I'll tell you guys if there's anything too important you're missing. I mean, all that's really been said is, like, saying, oh, I should do this, to, like, move stuff around. But it's literally just saying, like, teaching you how to do stuff. I do enjoy how you use the hammer in this game, though. It's quite funny, because, I mean, like, you equip stuff like that, and you sort of, like, just swing it about. It's like, yeah, it's quite cool. I don't know. I found it quite fun. Okay, so hopping on through here. Diddle-doo. But basically, I'm going to try and rush to get to the point in which I've been at before. That's not really weirdly. That tile does not want to let me go. Let it go. Okay, so if we go here, diddle-doo, tab. Okay, we get the pipe. And blammo. There we go. Blammo. Okay, sweet, and hop on down. Boop. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society in a network of safety nets is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there if something goes wrong. Part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me. Friends, parents, teachers were too scared or too far away. Dum 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 dum. I've jotted down a note just in case. Okay, so this is basically where I teach you about the sneak thing. The entrance to the cave is the cave has caved in. There must be another way around. Okay. There could be anything living down here. Heroics for Hollywood axes, and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd best be staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's a threat. Crouching by pressing left control will give me the best chance to hide in the shadows. I'll know if I've got it right because of the blue tint. This, as you can see around it, the blue tint has got this like supernatural vision. My voice went a bit there. Plus, I should be able to be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something is right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources though. Sweet, and then it sort of tells you for some reason that you should sneak all of a sudden. Okay, so yeah, my best bet is to hide for a couple of seconds or so. Probably still that may be properly hidden. Yes, I'm sort of saying like, ah, that's how you sort of like find yourself hidden, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is like the map of the area, and the only place in which I've actually been in this place, and I sort of like stopped to make sure I didn't go any further. Pardon me, that's a bit of a weird burp. That's like a very barbecue noodly breath burp. That was it's the storage area, which is where we're going now. So I may as well go there first, man. Yeah, fuck it. Okay. So yeah, so I kind of know, but I haven't done that area. I've only like done a part of that, and I kind of stopped, and I didn't want to do any further. So yeah. So don't worry, guys. It won't be too much of this game like spoiled, just because of the fact I know exactly what's going on. But it literally is just this part in which I know what's going on. That's it. So don't worry. Loading, 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 loading. That was some suspenseful loading. Okay. All right, and what are these? Oh, it's a lighter in it. Yeah. If this light wasn't empty, it'd be it'd be a handy thing to have. Okay, so this is basically like saying, what the heck? So a lighter plus fuel. I love how they had to write fuel because I can actually write it properly. Equals a happy baby, and bugs equals unhappy baby. These instruction boxes, and this is basically saying about a trapdoor which is hidden somewhere. What is this? What does that one mean? Farts from exhausts equal dead baby. Great, dead babies. I've always loved some dead babies. Okay. Can I go through it? It's locked. Locked from the other side. That does mean there's something still inside. I can hear chattering. Thank God. Maybe I can get some answers. Won't this open the door? Blah, blah. Basically, there's some weird noises behind the door, and we have to figure our way out there. Whenever I've listened to it, though, it just sounds like a dog going. I never really found out what was actually behind there because I never really got to that point. So it'd be quite interesting to see actually what is behind there. Okay, so this is kind of like I know I'm kind of like speedrunning this right now, but don't worry, guys, it will go a lot slower soon. Not that that may be a good thing or not, but I think I can actually get through that door, can I? Yeah. And painkillers and a battery, and I do believe that I didn't really understand what this thing was, but you sort of click it, goes for the. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. It's like I don't know if they're like the same memory things as was from Amnesia, which show you like the premonitions or whatever it was, when it went all pale white and it shows some like text and stuff like that about what's going on. But I don't know. Okay, so hop down here. Can we sprint through? We can. Yay! The one thing I do credit this game for is spider. That's one big ass spider though. I said that like when I played this first time, I was like, what the fuck? That's a big ass spider. But yeah, so Mr. Doggy. But I'll credit this game for one thing, is I actually do notice I'm kind of rambling a little bit as well. I have no idea what I was about to say. But anyway, so basically the point in which I have got up to before is this. I got up to this note, and then I stopped. So after this point, guys, it is all fresh and brand new to you guys. I began this record still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might be one day of scientific value. Despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous, my aim is to remain secure until what help maybe arrives. And to that end, I barricaded myself into a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the meager food rations that are here will keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps this mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years now since the incident that brought us here, and now 30 years on, fate has struck again. 30 years again, same way as the distance of dad. Well, not the distance. Sorry, the time which his dad died. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they're not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out and search for them. Day 6 clearly didn't arrive. My first mistake was making assumptions on the matter of my rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both those assumptions in going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters, but curiously, I could find no sign of life whatsoever. I returned in what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature which seems to have made this old mine its home. Although the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beasts. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. For some time I cowered and fled into the dark. But a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a small and disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area I discovered the storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learnt. I will not venture out again till I'm certain the area is safe. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in the place. I don't like spiders. I caught one of the accursed 8-legged beast nestling in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. It's not I can't speak. It's not so much the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genus of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. Any known venom would have affected me by now, and so today is my first minor cause of celebration. I have had since the incident, but luckily coincidence. The revelation also means I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intended to venture into the basement beneath the storeroom in the name of the science to discover more about these creatures in natural habitat. For 4 days now, I've been surviving solely off the quiet, considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time, I was struggling to gain enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled at me once again when the batteries in my torch died and I had made a second life-saving find. The creature's natural habit is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie for a few minutes and I will have attracted enough of the beast. Oh, Jesus. And I think that could be where he has died. Is this now him? Dry, dusty old bags. Okay, I worry about what happened to that guy now. So he just laid there in the dark and allowed for the beast to attack him. Ugh, that's... I could blister from bone and... Oh, okay. It's a time challenge, run! Okay. Okay, what's this? What is this? If it weren't for the size of the pieces, I would say it looks like eggshells. Oh, no.